Hey everyone, welcome to RetroDeath's Pick for Metal Album of the Year for 2015. InfidelAmsterdam, one of the biggest metal YouTubers on here, he put together a giant collab where a lot of YouTubers, were allowed to showcase their pick for Album of the Year, and I was part of that collaboration. It's an incredible video. It's like 2 hours long. If you honestly care about metal and you want to discover new shit, I highly suggest you check out that video. It's like a 2-hour video and he has like 11 special guests, all people in the metal community here on YouTube. And we all got like 3 to 4 minutes, to showcase our album of the year. So I'll put the link to that video in the description. You can go check it out. It's a very cool video. But yes, I wanted to obviously make my own video as well and reiterate some of the points I made in that video and elaborate on them for you guys, of course, and anyone else who's interested in knowing a bit more details behind my pick. As you guys know, in 2013 I picked Summoning's Old Morning's Dawn as my album of the year, and in 2014, last year, it was Sol Sophia's Uta. 2 incredible albums. Now, one thing we always do in the metal community is we stick to what we know. Like Summoning, Sol Sophia, I'm knee deep into that shit. And this year again, you had incredible releases such as the new Amorphous album, another great Amorphous album. And Cradle of Filth, for example, Hammer of the Witches, fucking hell. With Hammer of the Witches, I feel Cradle of Filth finally got back to their roots. It is such a good album. Finally, decent Cradle of Filth again after... Darkly Darkness, Venus Aversa was okay. Pornography and Godspeed to the Devil's Thunder were absolute shit in my opinion. But yes, instead of sticking what we know, another thing we tend to do, and I like this best in general, is we talk with other people. We have discussions about their favorite metal, bands that they like, I discuss shit that I like, and we switch, and they listen to the shit I recommend, and vice versa, and that's how you discover new metal. But in 2015 I had a plan, and I wanted to do something completely different. I wanted to elaborate in my own personal favorite field, that which I'm good at, that which I know, and that's what I just love the most, which is atmospheric black metal and mostly depressive black metal. So for the entire year, starting day one, I listened to black metal album, like depressive black metal album after atmospheric black metal album, like all throughout the year. When we came to December, I had about 30 albums set aside, candidates for album of the year for me, and in the end I had 2 left. We had An Autumn for Crippled Children and Dark Eater. Now, Mirkwood released a great album too, but it was a compilation, so I just couldn't add it to that. I can't add compilations or re-releases to the mix, So yeah. Now, An Autumn for Crippled Children was a bit more calm, I guess, and when you're listening to it with extremely good quality of sound, like headphones or whatever, or a great sound installation, it sounded a bit off to me. I don't know what it was. I had an issue with the album and I just couldn't quite pinpoint it. But Dark Eater was so good. It was such an incredible album. Now, another reason why I wanted to talk more about this is because in my video, in my part of the collaboration with InfidelAmsterdam, I kept saying it's so fucking good. And it's so good. The vocals are so good. But they're so fucking good. Because it is so fucking good. It's so fucking good. I kept saying it's like I didn't know any other words. My vocabulary was fucking shit. So I really wanted to elaborate on some of that shit now. And I wanted to see if I could add some music in this video, because I'd rather not do that in InfidelAmsterdam's video because of copyright claims. If shit might happen, I didn't want to fuck up his video, all the work he put into that. But yeah, Dark Eater. It's a new band. They only released like an EP last year, 2014, and this year, beginning of this year, I think January or February. I want to say January. They released their first full album. It's Russian. The two guys. It's Russian, and the album was called. I'm not gonna say it in Russian, but the translation. I had a friend of me. She translated everything for me. The album was called Frost of the Black Dawn, and it is such a good album. Now, depressive black metal is my shit, and this album reminded me of shit like Zostur, Nocturnal Depression, and You Are All. Now, it's not the same caliber. It's not as raw or deep as Zostur. The vocals aren't as perfected as You Are All's, and the melody is not as depressive as Nocturnal Depression, but it is still really fucking good. Really fucking good. There we go. So the album starts out with this ambient keyboards. There's a lot of keyboards in it and very ambiently put, you know. It starts very slowly. That's why I like it. It's very ambient. Like I said, it's still very depressive black metal, but we'll get to that. So it starts out with this ambient keyboard shit, and then they throw in these nature sounds. And I love it when bands do this, but they do it well. So it doesn't take over the whole album. It just comes back here and there, very little, and it's very well integrated into the music. So you have some rain and some thunder and shit like that. And then with the keyboards, they may blend together. And then the music really takes off when the raw guitar riffs come in and the vocals start. The vocals are so incredible in this album. The excellent vocals. Now they're not as, like I said, not as raw as Zostur. The voice is not as deep as in You Are All, and the screeching doesn't really reach what Nocturnal Depression does. But nonetheless, they really stand out in this album. They are really, really well written and rehearsed. It's like the suffering kind of vocals, you know, and I love that kind of shit. So then the vocals come into play, and the mix is complete. It is a perfect album. And it switches off during the album. I think there's 8 tracks. There's 8 tracks, 2 of which are covers from other bands. But you don't even notice that these are covers because they're so well integrated in the rest of the music. And like I said, the fact that I couldn't pick an Autumn for Crippled Children was it felt too random, incoherent, and Dark Eater. The album is just, it feels as one piece. It is a complete piece, and more than anything, it is a lot more depressive than Autumn for Crippled Children. Dark Eater, like I said, the vocals make it really depressive, the ambient keyboards and the incredible raw guitar riffs. Some people might say the sound is not up to par, like the sound quality is not that good, but it sounds stupid, but I look for that in my depressive black metal. I want this gritty raw sound. Like, I don't like this perfect studio quality sound. I don't know, it's part of it for me. for 2015, metal album of the year is Dark Eater. Like I said, I wanted to go with something new. I didn't want to stick to what I know. Like I could have gone the easy way with Amorphous or Cradle of Filth, but I really this year wanted to expand on my knowledge of atmospheric and depressive black metal, and I want to continue doing that now. In 2016, I won't just focus on this. I want to go everywhere a bit, but I want to keep in touch with that which I love most, and that is something I do not want to forget, because we can stick to what we know, like I said, or we can talk to other people, ask their opinions, and you should never forget to do these things. But you should not be afraid to explore the unknown. That is really what I wanted to do. I had so many incredible albums, and especially between the final two, it was very hard for me to decide. It's really the cohesiveness of the album and the sound quality that made me pick for Dark Eater. So, thank you guys for watching. Like, there's a lot more metal coming in 2016. Holy shit, I pre-ordered the new Rhapsody Fire limited edition. I'm gonna be unboxing that. I have several metal discussion topics still in my head. There's a review coming up. Most likely, I'm gonna be doing, it depends on the time. I'm either gonna be doing the unboxing first for Rhapsody Fire, because it's a very cool limited edition, and it's gonna be nice for an unboxing for a metal album. I've always wanted to do that. Or the metal album review. I have one in my head already that I'm working on. And it's gonna be so much more. 2016 is gonna be another great year for metal. So once again, I want to thank everybody who is watching this video, who came over from InfidelAmsterdam's channel, and to all my subs who are always watching me for my metal. And don't worry, there's gonna be a lot more metal in 2016. Stay real.